What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be installing this guy. It's a mirror. We haven't had a mirror in quite a long time in the 240, but before we do that, let's roll that intro. So before we jump into the video itself, just want to do a little question of the day. Do you guys think that backup cameras are necessary? Comment down below. Alright, anyways, enough of that. We can now jump into the video itself. Alright, so this is everything we've got here. Our little backup camera. It's actually got LEDs, which is pretty sweet, so it helps at night. We have this guy, which is our power source, which I'm honestly disappointed about, but we'll get into that in a second. Here is... ooh, hello. Here is the mirror. And it's fucking big. Like, I didn't expect it to be as big as it is. Like, okay, here's a ruler. That's a good indicator. It's a foot long. But anyways, this thing is pretty sweet. We'll get into it once we have it mounted and have power going to it. But essentially, this right here is a front-facing camera that can actually record in 1080p. So assuming that the windshield stays clean, we'll have another camera angle for when we are taking the car out. I mentioned that I don't like this. You might be able to tell why. It's fucking ugly. Look at that. Like, it's just fucking unnecessary. And the only cigarette lighter I have is right here. I don't want this to be like that. Like, look at how fucking bad that looks. So we aren't going to be doing that. So what we're going to end up doing is going down to AutoZone, picking up a cigarette lighter, and we are going to be wiring that up and have that hidden behind the dash, so you'll never see that. And then we'll have to run the wire up along there over to the mirror. So this is where our camera is going to go. We're going to put it roughly here, because I can't find another place that would work where it's not like if I put it down here at this ghetto jack point, this thing, I mean, when I bought the car, it had it, and I didn't know what it was until I saw Street Faction bash bars, and I was like, oh, they tried to put a jack point there. I mean, it works, but, you know, if I put it here, it's going to have dirt and crap hitting it constantly, so I don't want that. So we're going to stick it up there, and then feed the wire in through the back, and then along up to the mirror. And our last problem is, how the fuck are we going to mount this? So here's the mirror. On the back it has these straps because you're supposed to put it over your stock mirror. That's why it's so big. Well, we don't even have a stock mirror anymore because of the cage, so now I've got to figure out how I'm going to mount it to it, and I can't wrap it around the cage because then the camera won't be able to see anything. We're going to have to figure something out. I think I've got a pretty good idea on what I want to do, so we gotta go and get some stuff. So here is what we have to work with. We've got our little cigarette lighter. Got power goes to this guy, and then ground goes to here. And then that'll plug into there, and we'll have that settled. So as far as mounting the actual mirror itself, I went and got this. It is a mirror. So we're gonna get this mounted. It's gonna be a little weird how we have to mount it because of the roll cage. So the idea is, there's the bar. That's normally where the mirror would sit, but it's going to have to sit just a little bit lower. And that piece back there, we're going to make a bracket to go up to that triangle there where the old mirror mounted, and have it mount that way so it sits like that. And then we can put the other mirror over that, and then we will still be able to see out the front. So we're going to have to get a little creative, but it shouldn't be too bad. So we've got our big ass mirror on our little mirror, and essentially the idea is it's gonna go like that, and we still need room on the top because that's where the power input and the camera input go. We're going to mount it up there where the old mirror mounted, and then we will go from there. Alright guys, so we got her mounted up. We got a bracket up there, two self-tapping screws holding her in. Just sort of hanging there. Looks a little weird, but I don't see it honestly getting any better. I will paint the bracket to prevent rust. But that's it, guys. She's done. We can adjust it however way we need to, which is perfect. That's what I needed to get the bracket that's holding that mirror up. That was attempt number 3. The first one, I just cut it too short. Second one, also cut it too short. The third one, I cut quite a lot longer than that one, and it was perfect. So now we can work on the power source for the mirror and then run the cable up to it. So we got our little buddy down there. Getting that to here was such a bitch. I had to drill a hole and then the holes were off. And, oh, it's just a nightmare, but we got her in. So I also went ahead and I pulled this white wire from our relay panel, and he's going on this number 4 relay. So now I'll only have one extra relay, but that's fine. And the other wire is going to this guy there, so that will turn on our camera. So we have to get all of that to our mirror up front, and then we have to get this wire, splice it into this red wire for power, and then we'll tap into probably this ground here for the ground, and then we run power for the actual mirror. Alright guys, so we got everything ran. So we came from there, and you followed that white wire, went all the way back to there, and then we fed it through out the car. And then we had the other cable going up here, going along there to finally the mirror. And then the other cable goes there, goes down here with my light bar wires, and into the dash. And then we've got our power lander. We just did the ground, so now we're ready to turn the power on, see what happens. Oh, we've got picture. Okay, so we've got our camera, and then we got our backup camera in that top corner. So essentially what happens is it's always on, the camera, and when I press that, we then get the parking lights and our LEDs turn on. That's fucking awesome. That really is. And it was only $60 too. Like that's fucking so cool. It'll record the front camera, but it won't record the rear camera, unfortunately, because that would be a cool angle. But this is another angle that we can add to the videos. So when this thing is finally running and we go to the desert, we can get another angle. That's pretty sweet. I like that. I'm real happy with that. That came out pretty good. It'll turn off unless it's recording. It's supposed to stay on while it's recording, but when it's not recording, I guess it'll go for a certain amount of time and then turn off, and then it's just a normal mirror. But dude, that's pretty sweet. Alright, I don't know about you guys, but that is so fucking cool to me. Like, just it's just cool. I finally have a rear camera on my 240. Now, you don't need a rear camera. I don't think you need it, but there's no negative to having a rear camera. And it does help you reverse. It just does. That's what it was designed for. It just does. And I don't think there was any other place that I could have mounted the rear camera anywhere really to where it would be protected and not look terrible. Yeah, and then we've got the front camera that we can now record with, so that's awesome. Just everything about it is just great. I'm real happy. It's real good. But anyways, I'm gonna end the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you did. Comment down below your answers to the question of the day, and then hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.